Thank you, Jume. Let's bring in Malam Shuaibu Idris. Malam Idris, again, let's look at how these, schemes can be, checkmated. But of course, unfortunately, they are not registered with SEC. They're not registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. The operators closed, group. How is it possible to track them down, regulate them?
Very much. Before I answer your question, I think I need to draw our attention to be a little bit careful with some of the comments our dear brother and colleague Muda Yusuf said. You see, gambling or game of chance or betting companies that are operating in Nigeria, to the best of my knowledge, majority of them are registered with the National Lottery Regulatory Commission. So they cannot and we must not bundle them with Ponzi schemes. The world over game of chance is something that is allowed, and government do make money from that. As regards the efforts of the regulatory authorities, I think also we need to give credence to particularly Barrister Charles Udora and his team when he was in Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as the efforts of the Central Bank of Nigeria and the NDIC in terms of regular publicity as to drawing the attention of Nigerians to be careful of these schemes. Charles, if you remember, there is still in existence in this country an institution called Investment and Securities Tribunal. You were a part of those who saw the birth of that, tribunal that has, a high court, status in Nigeria. Defrauders of Nigerians under Ponzi schemes may be tried and expeditiously, justice could be meted to them if found guilty or wanting. It is practically impossible for any one of us to expect SEC to do miracle or to perform magic. Can the Nigerian police today man each and every one of us? The answer is no. The very best they can do is to educate Nigerians, be wary, beware, and when in doubt, consult either a lawyer or your investment advisor. Finally, as at today, I'm also a member of the Board of Trustees of the Investors Protection Fund, and thank you very much for the education that you've shared, Charles, as regards to what the Investors Protection Fund is all about. Claire, I think on a final note, as regards my talking contribution on this subject matter is fundamentally government needs to do more. There are certain ways and things that government is acting or not acting which portrays a level of a docility or a level of I don't care attitude. Let me give you one or two examples. The Central Bank of Nigeria is supposed to have a governing board. The Central Bank did stay for almost 3 to 4 years without a governing board constituted. Securities and Exchange Commission is supposed to have a board. The SEC did stay for more than 2.5 years, 3 years without a board. Is that it's a mechanism that shows some level of seriousness for the regulatory authorities to man the investment space of this country? As at today, the SEC does not have a substantive director general. It's been, someone has been acting for the last 2.5 years. For how long will we continue to have people acting in one capacity or another? When Udora, you are making a recommendation that there should be a bit of a staff audit. When you don't have a substantive leadership, how do you even begin to audit? Where do you start? So government need to take certain drastic measures to show that, yes, there is need to police the investment climb of this country so that Nigerians can be protected. And again, last but not the least, we need the Corporate Affairs Commission to go beyond just somebody submitting his or her name and address and saying, I want to register a company, and then he or she is given the license or the permission to register a company. Why will you have, say, a Sergei Mabrodi, who everybody knew that as far back as 1989 has been declared a fraudster, and he came to Nigeria to register MMM? How is it possible? What kind of surveillance, what kind of enforcement, what kind of regulation are we having in this country that people of questionable character that are known worldwide, at the touch of a button you can Google somebody's name and you will get the antecedent and a profile of a fraudster? Why are we not doing that? Why are we just registering rascals, fraudsters, thieves, and then they are ruining our country? I think the earlier we somehow buckle our belt to implement quality regulations, the better for everybody.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muda Yusuf, for your contribution. We'll get back to you on your... Okay, sorry. Shuaibu Idris, on your contribution. We'll get back to you before the program rounds up, but we'll take a break right now.